Alrighty then, it's the 23rd of December. I was going to go out for a nice walk today, but the weather is shocking. So instead, well, I went to the garage and repaired my car and spent a long morning on Twitter. And one of the conversations this morning was with David G7AGI, Nigel M0CVO, and Iain M0PCB. And we were all talking about Morse keys and what have you, and I said I would go and do a video on the keys that I've got. Also runs in line because Sandy, G0VQW, Wiltshire man on YouTube, also spotted that in my last video when I was doing a shack tour of all my kit, he spotted a key balanced up on top of my Mac and asked me if I would show him another video of that. So let's do it all together. I'll do all the keys together. Sandy also says that he'll be able to recognise whether I'm using these or not, so he will be able to tell me straight away that no, I'm not using them. We'll start with this one. This was the first key I've got. I bought this one from Froome Radio Rally a long time ago. I'm trying to think. It was about 5 years ago I think I bought this one. And this was my first key. This was my first paddle key. This is what I actually learnt Morse code on. And I've always said that I regret it dearly, learning code on a paddle. I should have learnt it on a straight key, because that's what you learn. You need to learn the code. And what I was learning was the finger and thumb combinations on how to make it work. So this is the first one. This is an MFJ564. I don't know if you can see that. It's on a polished chrome block. The paddles are held in place with some springs, one spring in fact, which loops over a central pillar, and it just holds on to each one of them. You can adjust this key quite a lot. In fact, you can change the spacing and the gapping on the posts, left and right there. You can change the offsets as well with those two screws there, of how far it holds it away from the block. It's literally all held in place with friction. With the strength of that spring is what holds everything in place. As soon as you detach the spring, it all collapses. It's an iambic key that I've got there. I've got this set up so that the dials are this side and the dits are this side. That's how all my keys are set up. When I first got this key, it wasn't set up that way. It was set up the other way around. And part of what I needed to do with the key was I actually needed to put a new cable on it. So let's show you underneath. People seem to be interested in what's going on underneath. So there you go. I'm using microphone cable, and I redid the cable there. I've shielded the earth, even though it's common for everything, and I'm using a stereo mic cable. So it is nice and flexible. There we go. And then the actual plug itself, I'm using a Nutrix right-angled Nutrix plug, simply because it's right-angled and it keeps it out of the way when it's plugged into the radio. This is the key I come back to again and again and again and again. And in fact, for the Morse classes that we ran in 2011, when I was learning it, I was using this key. And when I was tutoring it, not so many weeks ago, along with Steve Hartley, G0FUW, and Lewis, G4YTN, and myself, very poor attempt at tutoring, but nonetheless we got through it. This was the key that I was using to send with. So there we go. So that's the first key. That's the MFJ564. Now my wife, a number of years ago, 3 years ago, bought me a lovely key, and that's this one here. This is a Bengali pearl, I think. Is it a pearl? I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong. And this was absolutely fantastic. This was my birthday present. So she's got my call sign engraved on there to make sure I don't sell it. Anodized aluminium paddles. And this one is different to the other one because this one is held in place with magnets. So the contacts are all magnetic. And again, I've got the spacing quite far. I haven't got it set up so it's touch sensitive, but I've got them set up quite far so I know I'm pressing them. I need to have that feedback that it's actually being pressed. There's a golden block with an engraved inscription on top there of Bugali. Is that right? Bugali. Golden posts, knurls, and I'm trying to remember the name of the tool, but the gap tool that you get with your spark plugs. Not a feather gauge. Is it a feather gauge? When this key arrived, it came with a feather gauge on how to have this all set up, and it is literally to the millimetre. Designed solely for high-speed operators, which I am not. I'm at best 10 words per minute on a fair wind. Show you underneath. Show you how it's built underneath. It's a stereo 3.5mm jack. I've just been mentioning to my son I have no idea where my cable is for this one. So there we go. So that's with underneath. Beautifully set up, beautifully sculptured. The serial number on this one is number 87, and absolutely delighted with this key. It's beautiful. I don't use it all the time because I'm not fast enough, and it really does warrant somebody who's quick on the key. So maybe Sandy, maybe when I come and pick up my knife from you that you're making for me, I might bring this along and let you have a go with it. And then last year, part of the centenary celebrations at the RSGB convention, I bought myself this key. I put my order down, and I got number 12 in the queue. The first 10 were reserved. This is number 12. It's got my call sign in there as well. There you go. And this is a Vibraplex. I don't think it's based on the Blue Racer. I don't know. I can't think what it's based on. It might just be based upon the base model. But there we go. Again, this is all springs held in place. There you go. You get a better look there. Again, you can see you can adjust the gap spacing quite a lot. There we go. That's a bit better. Adjust the tension on the springs. Adjust the gap. There's a lot of adjustments there. It's a dual movement, so instead of having bearings, it uses jewels to work it with. Blue plastic paddles. The bottom, because again, people love to see the bottom, and this came like this. I haven't recabled it at all. So you can see, again, it's using a similar cable. It's not as high quality as the one on the first key that I showed you, but that's the base of the key there. I also do have a straight key. I have a Czechoslovakian military key, but I haven't got a clue where that is. That's in the loft somewhere, I think, put away. I've also got a Daytong Morse tutor somewhere in a little grey box. That's in the loft somewhere as well, so that will never see the light of day again. Everything is in the loft. Yeah. There's my son, my co-pilot there. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Beautiful. You'll go far, son. You'll go far. Thanks, Dan. So anyway, so I'm tagging in Ian, Nigel, David and Sandy. I would like to see your keys. I don't want to see a picture on your Twitter feed. I want to see your keys. I want to see as much detail about them. I know Sandy's got a few. I've been over to his house a few months ago now, Sandy, and I noticed that he's got a lot of keys up on the top shelf. I know that David has got a nice, I think it's a high mound key. I think, is it a golden one? Lots of bling. And I'm sure Ian and Nigel will have plenty as well. So come on then, get your keys out, share them with the rest of the world. Speak to you soon. Bye.